Hello, everybody out there in there now. Welcome to Tekken and Buff Save the Universe episode number 41. I'm Chris Adams, the Tekken Master, joined by.
Buff Larkin. Oh, the journey to 50. Then we can finally blow it up is on its way. I what for this the last time we talked was what, January? And so
December.
now December. So then now we're into June. So let's see, two episodes every year. That gets us nine. So that's another 4.5 years. Then we can officially blow this thing up. We already saved the universe. By then, Trump will be back in office, and it'll be Tekken and Buff try to save their sanity. I think that's how that is. Now, do you think? I know we don't get political here.
That's not true
Uh,
at all.
that's not true at all. But do you think they're just saving this whole putting Trump behind bars until he officially makes the announcement? Do you think this is the ultimate game of chicken? So if Trump doesn't announce his presidency, they won't go after him. Really, you know what I'm saying? But if he does, then all of a sudden out comes oh, you stole from cancer children. Oh, you kicked out people for rent. Oh, you did this. And then it'll just be, and then he's a good businessman. I'm voting for him anyways. And, or all those women lawsuits against him, they'll come to pass. I don't know what's going to happen, Tekken, but it's America sucks. And I think that's going to be the title of our podcast today. America sucks. Suck it, Biden. There, put that down. There you go. That'll get the views. No, we all like Joe Biden. He seems like a nice fellow.
Speak for
Except he owes Tekken $600
I was about to say,
apparently.
speak for yourself.
Yeah, speak for you. I want my money, Biden. I want my cake and eat it too. Absolutely. Yum 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 yum. Anyways, enough of the politics. It's been 6 months, and peace has come across the land.
What are you
People are
talking about? Peace come
people are
across the
still
land. What
people are
what
still
kind of?
shooting each other every
I was
day
about to say,
in
what kind of
America, but
flipping fantasy
they're
world are you
doing that.
in?
They're doing that before Trump. They'll do it after Trump. It's how it is. It's an epidemic. I worry about you though. You know, I know you don't leave your house, but at the same time, eventually they're gonna come and get you. That's how that works.
No, it's
So
not.
when you're riding your motorcycle and you're
I
about to
don't.
cross the
I
Canadian
don't have
border,
a motorcycle. What are you talking about?
you will, because we've already talked about this. This is your getaway plan. You're gonna have a motorcycle outside your window, and finally you're gonna get to say, "F this, F this place," the bleep blarps, and you're gonna jump out your window onto the bike, zoom, 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 off you go, and then right before you cross the border, they'll shoot you. You go, "No," and I'll be there right. I'll be right there on the other side of the border, going, "Oh, not Uncle Tekken." This is gonna be a great night tonight. We're doing the we usually it's a little behind the scenes action here. Talk. We do this like at 10 in the morning. 10 in the morning for me, 9 in the morning for him. So this we switched it around. Now it's 10 o'clock at night for me and 9 o'clock in the morning, in the evening for Tech. So he should be in his prime playing video games, and I've taken him away for it. This is an experiment. We want to see if he's gonna go nuts because he'd rather be playing video games than talking about video games. So, anyways, the episode isn't going to be called "Suck It, Biden" because that's wrong. It's going to be called "Everything Old is New Again" because Tekken and I have fallen into the somewhat retro world as we've purchased two games that have rocked our worlds absolutely and totally and fully, completely, absolutely. All right, so well, while we're talking techie, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing fine.
Excellent, that's good. And are you still the king of crowns?
No,
No,
I don't
that
win them on like a normal occurrence, so no. I mean, I still have a
it
bunch, but it's like I
is
don't win
that
them all the
is
time.
that a but thing is that's a good thing, is it not?
What? How's it a good
Now
thing?
for all the people who don't know what we're talking about, like Tekken's mom, who listens, it's we were playing Fall Guys, right? We play Fall Guys every Thursday. The boys and I get together and we play a game. And Tekken, before the many seasons came along, he'd just win. He would just win. Like he wouldn't even. I swear. Sometimes he had his eyes closed and he still won. That's how good he was. But now they have thrown out new levels, and people have gotten better at the game. Lord knows I am somewhat. Not that great, but I'm not dying the first round every time now. But do you find it as a good thing that you're not winning as many crowns?
No, because I like to win crowns. What kind of question is that?
Because it's the challenge now. The winning is boring. The winning for you back in the
But I
time was
like
boring.
winning.
But it was It was so boring to you. You're like blah blah boring. Now there's a challenge for you, and
I do.
and being
What?
and knowing you as I do, you're like my brother. You love a challenge, and
I
you
do
love the
not love a
fact
challenge.
it makes the crowns taste that much sweeter when you've earned it. I guess you want to say
It wasn't.
you earned it before. You've earned it before. No, don't jump down my throat, American. Okay, I'm a Canadian. I'm here for peace. Anyways, but I'm just saying, you love the fact that it's tougher now because now you can fight, and now you can, like, when you win, you've truly beaten the odds, and that's a good thing. I would take that as a good thing.
No. No, 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 effing no. If I had my phone about to hit you, I'd be hitting you right now. Anyway,
You want your cake and eat it too.
it's
You want
like
everything to go as easy
it,
as possible.
it wasn't because I was bored. It was just the game was becoming stale. So it's like I'm glad they added new stuff. Yes, but it's like I'd rather be able to win all the time as a trade-off. It's like would I rather win or not win? I'd rather win. Just saying.
Even though it's stale, you would rather eat stale bread than a fresh slice of bread.
Well, I survived last year COVID eating rice every day, so yeah. Just saying.
And was it stale?
No, it wasn't stale.
Then there, would you be eating a year's worth of stale rice
If I had to do it to survive, yes.
if you had to? But if you're eating and go, man, this stuff is stale, and you had a chance to go out and get something fresher, would you do it? Absolutely. Don't bring your COVID experiences in here, all right? And then next thing you're bringing up all the Tinder stuff you've been doing behind our back. So
I
it's
haven't been
like I
doing
don't even.
anything on Tinder. I don't even have that on my phone.
Good, good, good. They put that on the PS5 now. That's good. Anyways, so since we're talking about PS5s, brought that up. It's now been what, 8 months almost since the PS5 has been out.
Did it come out? No, I don't know, dude. I'd have to count on my
It
finger, and I
November.
don't
It
know.
was it was November. It was
Okay,
November.
let's
So
see.
let's just say
November,
this is
December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 8 months.
7. So yeah. So when we hit June, it'll be close to
I
eight.
mean, it's
Eight.
tomorrow, dude. So might as
Yeah,
well be
exactly. So, uh, what's your overall sense of the PS5 so far?
overrated. I mean, it's good, but it's like there's no games, so it's like you can't find one. You're not missing out. Just saying.
If you okay, minus Miles Morales, what's your favorite PS5 game?
Um, I mean,
Are you choking on your stale rice there?
only because it is an actual PS5 game. I guess Final Fantasy XIV. That's only because I just started it and I'm playing the crap out of it. So
But that's not a PS5
yeah, it
game.
is. There's PS5 version. That's how I. That's the reason I
Oh,
started
that's how
playing it
you
because of the
got.
beta, and then I got into the beta, and I was like, oh, I like this game, and I kept
So
playing it.
what's different between, like, there's PS4. You just update the graphics, and it's the same game, just updated the graphics.
Yeah, but it's just better graphics and no loading. That's pretty much it.
No, there you go. Well, that's long live you. Now, okay. So
I
I
mean, there's some
well,
like controller stuff, but it's like, dude, it's not like it's a very intangible. Like, oh, you like unless you like really notice it, you're not gonna notice it.
so in like so more games will of course make things better, but in theory, if it wasn't for the Xbox bringing out their system, PlayStation could have just said, "Okay, we can wait another year." They didn't need to bring out this system, but because Xbox did, they did. Would you believe that to be true?
Um,
Now, mind you, that's enough. Like, they have to hear it in the turnaround. So obviously there was a plan to put out the PS5, right? Obviously
mhm.
the plans were there, but if there wasn't an Xbox, they could have just said, "Well, we won't start building until, and wait another year." but because Xbox pushed the gun, they had, okay, let's make PS5s, and that's why there's a shortage because they can only make so many and
I,
all that.
no, 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 no. That's not even no, because there's a shortage on superconductors. That's the reason why
Oh,
there's no supply.
yeah. And also, that's what's happening with cars right now. If you're looking to get a new car, good luck because the chips are having a hard time uh, getting them brought over or put into your vehicles. That's something you didn't know. So therefore, so if you're thinking about buying a new car to get over the border, good luck to you, pal. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. That motorcycle sound a lot better now, doesn't it? Absolutely. Okay, so you're overrated. I am enjoying the heck out of the PS5. But of course, as you know, I don't have a PS5 game. So,
I'm sorry. That's
but you know something?
okay.
I
To go back to what I just said, actually.
Oh, you're going back to what
So
you
it's
just
like
said? Okay,
I
go ahead.
still will stand by what I said because it's true. But like it's like I can't even like think off my top of my head. It's like okay, well, effing like this the new stuff, or no, I'm sorry, not the new stuff, but like the free PS Plus games I played, like effing Maneater. It was like
Yeah.
it was okay. Nothing to write
It's
home
a
about.
shark. You can't make anything like a shark game and think that's going to be the
I'm just saying, it's
magnus
like
opus of the
there's nothing
PS5.
there. It's like if there's nothing there, there's nothing to be like, oh man, super awesome. It's like actually no, because there's nothing there. So, but then there's a typical console launch. It's like the only reason it's like if it's like you have to put the it's like the chicken before the egg thing, dude. It's like I can't play the games if I don't have the console, so therefore I have to get the console. So it's like that's really all it comes down to.
It's like the horse before the cart
That's the same
scenario.
thing. Same thing, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm throwing my own version in there.
Apples and
But
oranges.
when I first started working at EB Games, the and I you've heard this before. A foot and a half was your PS3 section, new and used, for at least a good year and a bit before they get. So I understand it's the same, like the same form that was for the PS3, same form. PS4 I think was a lot better at launch. At least I feel like it had more. No, I'm not saying it blew out. I'm saying it had a better representation. There's more games out for the PS 4 than it was for the PS3. Can you name me? And this goes back to your gamer knowledge. Can you name me three PS3 games at launch?
PS3 games? Ugh.
Yeah.
Ridge Racer, I believe. Genji, because that was funny. That was the E3 moment. Resistance, I believe, as well.
I think Resistance was too, yeah. That was what was that one that was I want to say Forbidden Kingdom. Is that
Forbidden
it it,
Kingdom.
it had a picture with a lady with a sword. And that's all I can remember. And I thought it was
That might be Genji, dude.
no, I know what Genji is.
Oh, I
I
think
remember
Forbidden
that.
Kingdom. That sound that.
I don't know what it's called. For I think it was Forbidden. I don't know. I don't know. When I talk
Oh,
about
look it
my
up on my
game,
phone. Forbidden Kingdom is like the subtitle of a martial arts movie I've seen.
yes. Anyways, so
Forbidden
while I look up
Kingdom.
the answer, Tekken. Speaking since you brought up the PS5 and the games you picked up at lunch, and number one being now Final Fantasy, what 15
14.
or 14? I'm gonna give you, and we are gonna put a timer on this because you already spent like 30 minutes or to an hour talking about it already today, or yesterday. So maybe it was yesterday that came into today because you kept talking about it. So we're gonna give you a time frame of 10 minutes, even less, maybe 5 minutes. Talk to the people and tell them how much you have been blown away by a game that is older than dirt. Go ahead.
All right. Final Fantasy 14 is amazing. So basically, if you've played Monster Hunter, it's similar to that, but applied to an MMO because you have one character that can be all the classes, similar in Monster Hunter to where you can use all the weapons. That being said, your level up does not, carry across like your hunter rank and your master rank and all that good stuff. So you have to do one at a time. It's like, okay, I've got my Disciple of War, which are all the combat classes and jobs. And you've got your Disciple of the Hand and the Land, which is the crafting and gathering. So it's like a leather worker, blacksmith, armorsmith, goldsmith, alchemist. Those are all crafting. Gathering is mining, botanist, and fisher, because you get all the materials to make all the crafting. It ties them together. It's amazing. It's just like the synergy is so good. It's so good. So good. Okay. And then as you're playing through,
Calm down now.
as you're playing through on the Disciple of War and Magic, each class and job has a guild, and then each guild has a storyline associated with it that you play through as you level up. So as you get to level 30, you get your job specialization. So pugilist becomes a monk, rogue becomes a ninja, archer becomes the bard, lancer becomes dragoon, uh, conjurer becomes the white mage, thaumaturge becomes the black mage, arcanist becomes the summoner and scholar, which is pretty cool because they share XP bar. I just figured this out, and it's pretty nice because you can level two classes at once. Super awesome. But you get that, and then you get some sweet armor at like level 50, I think. That's like your hero armor. I don't know what it's called, but like when you start the game, it has like all the classes. And you like look at them. It's a really cool like not diorama style panoramic like scene 3D model, and it looks really cool. And then like you finally get it, and it's like, oh yeah. And then like in the game, I've not figured this out yet, but you can like glamour yourself to where you have like you're wearing like whatever armor on top of like your really good stuff, so you can like have like if you see something that's like visually like aesthetically pleasing to you, like oh that looks so awesome, and you just like want to keep wearing it because you're like oh that looks cool, and I want to like keep wearing it. Like the smooth criminal outfit I just found, it's like you can glamour it, and then you can like put it on whatever armor and just keep it with you as you level up, which is pretty awesome. It's basically the what's that called? there's a there's a word for it in MMOs when you have the you can take the armor with you. I God, it's I'm blinking, but yeah, that jeez, Destiny just got it and I can't think of it, but yeah, that anyway, it's like a weird funky name. And anyway, continuing on, besides the guild quests that like you can progress through, which is pretty awesome. So there's like essentially like 12 classes. There's more than 12. I don't know exactly how many. There's a lot. So each class has like a different storyline, which is awesome. And then you got the main storyline, the main scenario quest. You play that. That's like the main thrust of like how you're playing through the game and the world and all the characters and the setting. It's amazing. It's okay. It starts. That being said, it takes a while to get good. But once it hits its stride, dude, it's a effing. It's like, dude, like, it is like having multiple JRPGs in one game because it's like your beginning arc, like 1 to 60, or not 1 to 60,
Mm-hmm.
but like A Realm Reborn, the base game, is like this whole thing of like this threat that you deal with. Stuff goes down, but then it's like the credits roll and it's like the game keeps going because obviously it's new MMO, so it's got to keep giving you stuff. And then
Mm-hmm.
the other cool thing is like this game has been out I think since 2013 or something. It's like 8 years old. It's ancient, so there's like a ton of content. So it's like if you're like me and you're just starting, there's so much to do in the game now. It's like you will never be bored. You can always just go in and do whatever the f because it's like what am I gonna do today? Oh, what do I feel like doing today? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Um,
So what you're saying is that it's better to not buy a game, wait for about 5, 6 years, and then buy it then.
if the game's that old, yes, I would definitely say that you should always wait for games because look at Anthem. Anthem's dead. It's not getting anything new ever again. So, but you can get it for like $3 on sale and then play it and be like, oh, I didn't have to drop 60 on it and then have my hopes and dreams crushed by Bioware's failure. Anyway,
Carry on then. Next.
so you got the MSQ main scenario quest. It's got lots of good stuff in it, and it's like self-contained arcs, and they're all so effing good. The Heaven's Word or Heaven's Dawn. I keep forgetting what the expansion's called. Heaven's Word or Heaven's Dawn. The one with the dragons, dude. the Dragon Song arc, that was effing like mwah. It was just chef's kiss good. It was like delicious, and like you get constant like these constant like story arcs of like characters you meet, and like you have an adventure, and then stuff goes down, and it's like it reminds me of like a traditional Final Fantasy game essentially, because you're just you're going through the world and the story. You'll meet up with people. There's a conflict. Conflict is resolved, or there's like stuff goes down, things happen, and there's a resolution one way or the other, and it just keeps going. And it's just like, okay, well now this happened, and now this happened, and now okay. And then I should have started with
Mm-hmm.
this, but like when the game came out back in the day before Realm Reborn, it was terrible and it was garbage. But then like what Square Enix did that was like brilliant and like unprecedented is they basically developed a Realm Reborn in parallel, like while they were supporting 1.0, and then they killed that game off, launched a Realm Reborn, and it's part of the lore in the game and the world. So it's like there's this dude named Louis Swa who's like this mage that like basically the premise of the story of like the main thrust of like how you came to be in the world is that you are a warrior of light that has been transported forward from a battle in ye olden times, uh, and stuff went down. It was it was pretty effing hectic and like cataclysmic and pretty crazy. But then it's cool because that happens, and now you're like there in the world. Stuff's gone down, but like people know who you are because like what you did back in the day, or like what
Mm-hmm.
you've done. So like they're like, oh, you are the warrior of light, blah blah blah. Which is, and then that's the masterful thing is like there are so many callbacks and like theme or not themes, but like there's so many like callbacks and like tie-ins and nods and references to like the older games and like all the other games in the series, and they have like so much material to work with, and they like just do it. It's all so good because you got like the Magitech armor from 6, you've got the Crystal Tower from 3, and the Dark Cloud raid boss, which was awesome. And the music across the board, you will hear a lot of fanfare, but it's used to good effect. Also, the main theme of like the prelude of like the do 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 that is pretty very prominent all over the. It's also one of the Final Fantasies where you have to fight the summon monsters, so you don't I mean you can be a summoner, but I'm currently working on it, so I'm not sure how that ties into the story. But in that world, the primals you have to like basically you're in conflict against them in the realm. So it's like there's like a lot of cool encounters where you have to like face down the summon monsters, and like that's what hooked me because the first one after that happened, I was like, oh my gosh, that was awesome, and just I was like I was like I want to play more, I want to see more fights like this and like see what happens. And also that's your thing, the combat in the game, because I'd never played an MMO, at least as hardcore as this one. Like I've only like casually dabbled. I never really like got super into them like this, where I actually like figured out everything, and like I was just like checking it out, like logged in, made a character, checked it out, and was like whatever. But this one I'm actually sticking with, and like the onboarding is so effing good. Like it is super solid. Like each class type. So you've got the tanks, healers, DPS. They all have like these training tutorial things. You play through one, and it tells you basically this is what you do with this specific archetype of this class in each combat scenario. And then every combat scenario in the game, in every instance or dungeon or whatever, is basically that mechanic, like that, or those mechanics, but like repeated back at you, but like with different monsters and things. But then it's like it always there's things on top, so it's always like getting a bit, or it's not always the same, is what I'm trying to say. It's like sometimes it's like super, or yeah, it's just like it's there's like a basic level of like you know what to do, but then sometimes it like changes things up, or just throws things at you of like, oh, what's this mechanic, or how do I not die here, and all this stuff. Or like there's always stuff that they like can do to like not just have it be the same basic go here, have the tank, have the healer heal, have the DPS kill. I'm out of time.
Yeah, you're out of time.
Okay.
Now, so now we're gonna talk about now, and I can give you more, ask more questions. So, when are you gonna start hating it?
I'm not.
That's what you
I
said about
mean,
Death.
according to Inky um, I will be hating it at the end game, but it's like that's
Big shout out to Ink.
that was also like the thing.
Ink.
That's also why I got like super into this because I was like, okay, this is my one chance to like see what a game like this is like at end game because I've played Destiny and I hate it and it's like it's trash and like after playing this. It's like I lose complete respect for that game because it's not even close. It's not even in like the same solar system. It's not even. It's like not even the same. Like to say it's not in the same ballpark is like an
They're
understatement.
they're
It's not even in the same like dimension. It's not
they're
even
putting
close.
they're
Like
putting effort into this game, obviously, as opposed to Destiny.
I'm just saying, dude. Like
Uh,
that Destiny is like an old game too. It's been around since like there's two of them, and it's like they kind of didn't get it right the second time, and it's like I don't even think if they do a third one, it's gonna do justice. After playing this, it's like the classism is like it does. It's like dude, it's like it's like. Not it's such a joke. It's
blows
like I
your mind. It blows
yes.
your mind.
It's like I'm trying to
That's
think of like
good.
of like it's like Destiny and like Final Fantasy 14 is when like I mean it's like the fictional Easter egg that doesn't exist when you get to in the Street Fighter 2 and then like Akuma shows up and does like Raging Demon on him Bison kills him and like that's it. Like that's what happens when you compare Final Fantasy 14 and Destiny.
Wow.
It's like it's a murder.
Wow.
It's a murder because it's like it's not even yeah. It's like you're not even gonna touch it.
So, and you haven't even played with anybody yet. That's the biggest surprise. Is wait till that happens, and
I've
when
played
once
with
you
other people. I'm just like I just haven't played with people I know. It's like I'm playing it mostly solo, which is like the other thing I like about it is like I wasn't sure going in is like from a solo player like myself like how much I enjoy it, but it's like dude, it's super good. It's so good. It's so good. All the
so so
systems
they're
are just amazing.
so they're treating you with some respect now.
Who are they?
The people online.
Um, I mean, that. Well, the thing is, like, everybody's friendly. That's everything. It's like a cool community. Like, I can like type in the thing. Oh, there's like this thing called the Free Company, which is just like this. It's not like this. It's like a dollar menu guild because you don't really have to like group up with people. It's just like a thing you can join, and like people are in them, and you can like have a chat channel and be like hang out while you're playing. But like, you can just like be playing, and then like people are like always on, which is like a nice thing because at least for me anyway, because like I have like weird sleep schedule, so it's like to like have something that like where people like are always on and like there to like interact with is neat. But like if I have like any like questions, I'll be like, oh, well, how do I get this mount, or where do I find this thing? But then like I can also just Google it. I've been like using Google and YouTube a ton to just like I've just been mining so much information for this game. It's really funny because I've not
That's good.
really done that recently. I
Oh,
usually just
that's
like
fair.
play and like hit my head against the wall until like I figure it out myself. But this time it's like I kind of like need to not do that because it's like it's like you're just wasting your time otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Oh, Buff,
boy.
did you see what I
Well,
tweeted before the podcast?
no.
Because I put out a tweet of a new mount I got, and it's a wolf, and I was like, I've uh, I've something something my inner Princess Mononoke.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to take a look at this now. I have to take a look at this
And
now
then
because
Sister Dragon was
obviously.
like, "Where did you get that?" And I thought that was funny because he's been playing longer than I have, and it's like, how does he not know this? It's weird.
So who all that you know plays this game?
Laylokin plays it, Incuration plays it, Dragon Lady, Big Boss plays it, Sister Dragon plays it, and then I have another friend that gave me the referral code that plays it. Like I know in real life, that we play on PSN sometimes. Uh,
Oh wow. Okay.
let's
That is a nice
see.
wolf. Huh.
Oh, and then like Zafra's brother plays it, and we play Destiny, so it's like I can jump into the Destiny party chat and like talk to him about it.
So are you trying to get a Final Fantasy night going?
Pff, no, it's like way
Why?
too hard to coordinate, dude.
Mm,
It
okay.
would be nice, but it's like it's too much. It's too much effort. It's not worth it.
All right.
Yeah, like it's too much effort, and like I don't need a group of people to play with to play the game. So it's like I don't. It's like it's not necessary. So it's whatever. It'd be nice, but it's whatever. I did think about it. I was like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if we had like a guild or something, and like and like yeah, like in the house or like wow in the house in the game you can like buy housing, so we could like have our own like house and like spruce it up and have like sweet uh whatchamacallit. That's it's like stuff I don't care about because I'm like I don't care about furnishing and all that crap or like decorate it and stuff. But it's like whatever, man. I mean, you can do that in the game with like your free company, but it's like I don't stranger danger, dude. I'm just here for the XP boost and like some casual conversation about games. But it's like I'm not trying to know these people. So yeah,
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, that's Final Fantasy. And it's my word to everybody listening. That's the last time we're going to talk about it ever again. Ever again. If you actually want to hear more about Final Fantasy and what Tekken has been doing with himself, feel free to go on to his monthly YouTube channel where he talks about Final Fantasy and along with other things. And he gets to say hello in many different languages, which is always my favorite part of the video. Can you actually say that right now without looking on your phone?
ooh, hello, bonjour, ni hao, hajimemashite, namaste, assalamu alaikum. I'm not sure if that's all of
Yeah.
them.
Hasta
I mean, it
luego.
might be like all of them, but not in the right order. So
Oh, you know
whatever.
something? I think you pretty much nailed it right on the head, so that's good. Now, for me, I'm finding a game. Oh, by the way, I think it's that stupid GG game with the way of the blade. I looked on the launching thing and it kind of looked like the same kind of game cover. So
GG, you mean
whatever
Genji?
that Genji, that's right. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, so you mean
English.
Tekken was right? Hmm.
Well, I usually are when it comes to video games that because you've bought a whole bunch, you still haven't played.
I never,
So that
I never
that
bought Genji.
that's all right. But you bought like 99% of the other
Okay, hold up,
games.
dude. Hold up, dude. Hold up. Time the f out. All right, that
Time
was
the F
like
up.
that was in the
Time the
past.
F.
That was in
Time
the
the F up.
past. I am like now much better with my game playing habits. Thank you very much.
Good. Excellent. So how many games do you still have to play? Even start.
Dude, I'm just saying that's like in the before times. All right, that's in
Okay,
the before times.
but
I
before
finished
COVID.
two Mass Effect games. All right, thank you very
Before
much.
before COVID.
Before
Is that yeah, okay, good. I'm proud of
I
you.
mean, look at my,
You know,
my PS5 completion is like pretty good, pretty good. Maneater done,
yeah.
Bugsnax done. They're both garbage. I mean, okay. That's an insult to Maneater. Maneater's decent. Maneater's decent. Bugsnax is
Yeah.
garbage. Trash. Don't play it. It's terrible.
If you had a
Maneater's like
chance, could
okay.
could Maneater eat bug snacks?
What?
I'm sorry.
Maneater is like a weird game because like you start out super super weak, but like the more you play it, the powerful you get. And you can just like eat stuff, and it's like really fun. But then it's like the story doesn't really go anywhere, and it's not like there's no substance really. But it's like it's a fun time. It's a fun.
It's a shark game.
It's a
It's
nice
a shark
fun.
game.
Yeah, it's a nice fun
Yeah.
short game.
Well,
So
let me make a public apology right now to you. That in the old days Tekken would buy a game and he wouldn't play it, and but now or he'd buy 700 number ones and never read a one, or sorry, he read one, sorry, one
I
out
read
of
more than one. Thank you very much.
he read one.
I read
One.
Spider Man. I read Hulk, and there's some X Men one I read about like some. It was like close to crap. I can't think of the one where like Wolverine and Cyclops have it out, but like
On my face, that's every issue of the X-Men. uh on I was looking at my Facebook memories, and that Spider-Man issue came up, and you're saying, "What the f's with this nerd?"
I'm pretty sure I
This
didn't say that.
No, but close enough. But anyways, that's the old Tekken. The new Tekken plays everything, and that's what we like to see.
I don't play
That's good.
what? That can't be farther than the truth, dude. I didn't even
You,
get Returnal, so thank you
you
very
buy
much.
it, you
No.
buy it, you play it. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what the F are you talking about? I don't.
You
Okay.
buy it and you play
The
it.
way
You
you
don't buy
phrased
it.
that was like not what I thought when I
You
when
buy
I
it,
heard
you
it.
play it. That's
Okay.
how
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly, exactly.
That is true.
Yeah, thank you.
I have
Now
I have
here,
100% play percentage. There we go. Well, I mean, it's more like 90% though,
eh,
because I did get
mm,
Saga Frontier.
mm,
I don't think I started it, so
mm, exactly. So, did you ever buy the game Just Cause 3?
I mean, I'm 90% sure I own it because it was probably free with Plus at some point. So I
Have you ever
didn't buy
played
it,
it?
but I do own it. I haven't played it. I played
There
the
you
first
go.
one.
There you go. Anyway, so that's what my game. It was on sale at the PlayStation Store. Uh, $20 off or something like that. It was like 5.99 to get the Just Cause 3 double XL edition. That means everything, the whole kit and caboodle. That you wait a couple years and bam, you grab it. And man, have I thoroughly enjoyed that game. Now I'm not giving it the full 10 out of 10, or I'm not salivating on it like Tekken is with his
What?
Final Fantasy. He's like,
Oh,
nom, nom, nom. Final Fantasy, nom, 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 nom,
that
nom.
was great.
Nom, 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 nom. No, but
I wish we had like a soundboard and I could just like push the Homer Simpson voice
uh,
noise because that's kind of what that sounded like.
oh,
Oh,
oh, oh, club sandwich. Oh. Anyways, but I do say something, it has surprised me by how good it is. I feared that after the first hour or two, it gets repetitive, but then all of a sudden the story starts going in different directions, and you go, "Wow!" It's like, "Whoa, this is a lot more than I thought it was going to be," and that's what has surprised me so far. So I've thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, I was late to this conversation with Tekken because I was playing it, and then Tekken, Mister Gentleman himself, sent me a text at 9:59, and it was like three clocks because he's kind like that. That's all he said. Just not hey dude, hey dude,
that's how
get
you do it,
online.
dude. You just send an emoji because it's like
Send
it's
him
like
the
you
emoji.
get the message, you know what it means. It's like
Yeah,
time, mother effer.
yeah. Well, I like the phone. Said, oh shit. I gotta get on there and talk to Techie. Anyways, no, I thoroughly enjoy it. So, of course, if you haven't played Just Cause, it is a beautiful sandbox game where you just can run around, drive around, fly around, and just blow things up as you take back a country from a dictator. And it's fan freaking tastic. I have no qualms about this game. It is fantastic. The weapons are good. They improve as you go along. You can use anything. You can approach any situation in 1,000 different ways. It's not just the one way and that's it. Fantastic. I thoroughly enjoy it.
I think it's interesting that you would say that about that, but then knowing that you don't like GTA, but then it's like like hearing you like explain it, it makes sense because it's like you'd probably like an open world game with like explosions and like stuff like mercenaries or Crackdown.
Yeah, taking down the bad guy instead of being a bad guy, taking down the good guy, right? And that's so exactly. And as much as there's no prostitutes or strippers in this game,
Well,
you
no, I
know,
mean like when you add in like the mobility because you don't have that in GTA, and like until you unlock stuff. So
yeah. Oh, and the best part is that my eldest daughter, she came down. I said, "Hey, you want to do something different?" Because I just learned the game myself. So I said, "Hey, let's liberate this little village." And she's going around, she's playing it. She's like, "Wow, this is pretty fun," and she's actually enjoying it. Even when you had to shoot the statue down, she absolutely enjoyed shooting it in the crotch. I don't know why but the most evil giggle came out of her, and it was like the nicest thing I could ever hear. It's like, because you know whose child that is. Absolutely, we absolutely know,
uh,
because I do it too. Anyways, so no, the graphics, of course, on the PS5. I know they didn't update it for a PS5 game, but at the same time, it looks fantastic on the system. My daughter still, she's saying, "Man, this looks very nice." I said, "Yeah, it does, doesn't it?" So it's very good, and so yeah, it's a solid, I would say, 8 out of 10. I do think after a while it could get repetitive, even with the added on. But we'll just see if the story continues to change. Then I'll have to change my number. But as of right now, a good solid 8.
you probably shouldn't give it a number until you finish it.
Well, okay, I'll use it under the old Tekken system. I gave it a 1.5 hard penis
We never
out of
talked about that on the podcast, Bob. Jeez.
out of two. Out of two. The old what's the steampunk? What's it called again? Cyberbully? What's it called? Cyberpunk? The cyberpunk. Yeah, that's where the rating was created because Tekken kept talking about the
I
penises.
did not.
And maybe that's what
You're
we
the one
call
that
this.
brought it up, dude.
This is what we taught. This is what we call the podcast. Yep, the episode that Tekken talks about the penises.
I didn't
I'm
even talk about it. You're the one that brought it up.
I think but there'll be more people wanting to listen to hear you talk about the penises than me. If you put Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You're
There's only two
you're
sizes in that game anyway. Jeez.
well, at least you know. That's the important thing. You've seen them, you've distinguished them, and now you're happy with them. Yes, exactly. So yeah, a good full 1.5 penis for Just Cause 3.
One
For
and a
Final
half
Fan
out of how many?
for Final
Two.
Fantasy for Final Fantasy 14 online, good solid 3 hard penises out of 2 for Tekken would give it right now. Two scale and then his own for the third. There you go.
Oh.
Anyways, so you never knew the word penises would be used so much in this
I
podcast.
actually think peni is the proper plural of it, but
Okay, so
who's keeping
so
score?
Tekken is giving it 3 full penis out of 2. So that's good. Anyways, that's enough of that. Your mother's listening to this. I don't want to talk anymore about
I
that.
was gonna ask though, like, do you have a 4K TV? Because going back to the
No,
PS5 thing, I think like if you have one, you're gonna enjoy it more. Because I have a 1080p TV and it's I can't like tell. Oh, it's in 4K. It's the HDR. It's the 120 frames. It's amazing.
is my name Sean LaBelle?
No,
Hey, special shout out to Sean LaBelle. Happy happy belated birthday, buddy. Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't even. Does he even listen to these?
Well, he will now, obviously, because we're going to talk about
Yeah,
him.
after the penis
As-
segment, we totally talked about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we already talked about 3 things that he likes. A, stupid hockey. 2, well, the Canadians, the stupid hockey Canadians. Number 2, TVs, and number 3, penises. So he's all in board. He's all on board for that. So that's
Oh,
good.
that was before we started recording, Buff, so we didn't even talk about it.
All right. Well, the penises and the TVs. There you go. And hear his name. I'll just send him ooey gooey all over the place. Anyways, so Sean LaBelle, he gets himself his fancy new TV, right? So like he was well, he was comparing him. He was talking about megahertz and megahertz and megawatts and all that kind of stuff. He's got it down pat, right? So he's I would say on his TV when you move in with him, you're gonna be if it's gonna be a 4 solid peni for Final Fantasy on Sean LaBelle's TV. I guarantee it. If you're what you're talking about, that the quality of graphics will be even better on the TV, 4 solid hard peni. There you go. And Sean Lavelle will agree. There you go. Happy belated birthday again, buddy. There you go. Anyways, but yeah, Just Cause, something. It was a great deal. I think 5 or 6.99, and that's Canadian. So therefore, you're looking at more like a $4 or $5 game for all of that, and it's fantastic. And now I get to. At first, you just drive it around now, and you use your web slinger, as I called my daughter, so you can use the cable to swing to tether yourself across buildings and all that, which is awesome. But now I have earned the right to be able to use my jetpack and fly to places, which is even cooler, and just love it. And you get to get the little challenges, and you go through them, the better you do, the more you get upgrades, and therefore it makes your character better, and the things you can use better. Fantastic. Just like it I could grind. I could definitely grind and see if I could do better, but there's so much and it's all good, and it's fantastic. I am very surprised by how much I like it. And for the price, because I'm a cheap bastard. Fantastic.
I just looked it up and I do have that game. I just haven't played it. It was first plus though. I'm pretty
Oh
sure that's
yeah,
how I got
well,
it.
that's good. But you haven't played it, but that was before the change, and that's the important thing.
The change.
Well, before you started playing all the games you buy, this was
Oh,
before that, right? So yeah, it's in the library, ready to someday be
that
played when
okay.
you're
It was like a combination of things, dude. It's like if you can just wait out the price on games now. You don't have to buy them day one. You can just wait like 6 months to a
exactly.
year and
This
just
whole episode, this whole episode is basically saying what you just said. Wait and buy it for the cheap. Buy it on the cheap. That's how much that Final Fantasy Online cost you? 40?
um. eh, Well, I had the base game for free because it was
Yeah.
something I waited for, and it was like free one day, and I saw it on Twitter, and I got it for free for PS4. But then The beta, yeah, like, well, I mean, the thing, like, the upgraded to PS5 was free too. But then, um, I think I only had, let's see, I'm trying to think what expansions. I think it just comes with the first expansion for the base game. So I needed, well, it's like a weird thing that happened though, because like I pre-ordered it, but then like I got a refund because I bought Shadowbringers, but they like left it on my account. So I got like a bunch of stuff for free that I still have access to.
Yep.
And I pre-ordered the new expansion for I think 30 maybe. So I've only spent like $30 on it. I mean, not counting my subscription, but my subscription is like weird because I got like 6 months. Because it's like a reduced price. So
Hey, you got it on the cheap.
not counting the subscription is like $30.
There you go. Perfect. And we got two fantastic games for under $40. You
I,
can't go wrong with
I
that.
think 30. I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Oh yeah. You know, there's one thing we know about Tekken. He's gonna buy it on the cheap. He makes that dollar go long, you know
Let's
what I'm
see.
saying?
Pre-order confirmation. Oh, it was $39.99, which totaled $42.99. That's how much I spent.
Okay. Okay, then less than $50. Less than half a PS5 game almost. We got two games, which are fantastic. So there you go. That will give us hours upon hours of stuff. So
Dude, I've already
Mass
played
Effect,
like almost 500 hours of Final Fantasy 14. I love how like
yeah,
PS5 tracks your time now, and you can just like look how
yeah.
long I've played it.
Oh yeah. And the best part is that you don't sleep until you pass out, and so that gives you more
It's funny
time
because
to play the
that
game.
happened. I was like legit trying to like go to sleep that day, and then like I just passed out with a controller while I was laying down, and then I woke up.
And you're like, and you're saying to yourself, why don't you even try? Just keep playing. Just keep playing.
And I did. I
And
woke up
if,
and I kept playing, and I was like dozing off
yeah,
again. I was like,
yeah,
okay, I'm gonna sleep now.
yeah, Bernie. There you go.
What?
Well, I burn your dragon called Bernie. Absolutely. You wake up and Bernie's looking at you. You go, Bernie, I'm tired. That's good.
Oh, dude, I can't believe like in the 10 minutes I didn't talk about my flipping minion. Like whatever. I
Well,
mean, it's like it
that'll
doesn't affect anything. It's just an aesthetic thing, but it's so awesome, and it lands on your shoulder and it breathes fire. It's like, oh,
and it's a dragon.
doesn't have that. Destiny doesn't have that. F that game.
No, F that game. F you, Destiny.
Yep.
In fact,
F
that's
'em.
that's the title of this episode. F you, Destiny.
You can't just keep proposing new titles.
Yeah, I can. I can throw everything. I throw everything at the wall, and whatever you pick up is what we go with. That's how it is. F you, Destiny. Screw you, America. And what was it? Oh, Tekken's Big Hard Peni. That's how that was.
That's definitely not the
Right?
title.
Oh, that was Sean Sean LaBelle's Big Hard Peni. You'd love it. Anyways, he likes advertising. He's a grifter. He'd like the free advertising. Anyways, so yeah, so I've gotten back into this is the first game I've gotten into really since Skyrim. Yes, you're saying baseball. I got into that for like a week and all that. Not much after that. Yes, I picked up Civilization 5. Got played that a little bit longer than baseball did, but still that kind of went to the wayside too. So 6.99 I'm playing it. I'm playing it more than those two games combined. Fantastic. Maybe I'm a sandbox kind of guy.
I don't think you are, Buff. I mean, sure, we could like needs more data, but if you're not on the Witcher train, dude, and you're all
I
like, "Oh,
well
Fallout 4 was so good with my
well, I
ghoul
did.
friend." Hmm.
And I played Witcher as well, and it just somewhere somehow another game has
I
took me
mean,
away from it.
well, I guess like the terminology is kind of off. It's like you said, sandbox, not open world. So I guess maybe if it's just got like dumb explosion stuff. So there you go.
Well, it's not dumb explosions; it's explosions with a purpose.
Just call it whatever you want, dude. It's
Yeah.
just
How about
blowing
that
stuff up
dragon
in
on you?
open world.
Oh, that dragon on your shoulder for aesthetics. There you go. Like a dragon. I call him Bernie.
I don't even call it birdie. You called it birdie.
Yeah, what do you call him? You call him
I
what,
don't.
sassafras or whatever?
Its name is Midsommar. Okay, thank you very much.
Midsummer. That's okay.
Not Midsummer. Whatever. Whatever.
Anyways, in the last 5 minutes that we have of this podcast, what's the big plan? Are you gonna play Mass Effect 3? Gonna finish that disc off?
Okay, so the thing is, dude, is
Oh,
like when you
God.
make your account, you get a 90-day buff on your character. You get extra XP until you get to like level 70, I think is what it's at now.
Okay.
So until I get all my characters level 70, or until it's the middle of July, that's when I'm going to stop playing Final Fantasy because I'm not going to miss out on this extra XP buff that is going to be, super important because I don't want to be grinding my face off getting my other characters leveled up.
Well,
Or jobs and
grind,
classes, not characters. I keep doing
grinding
that.
your face off is a different terminology, that's for sure. Anyways, so what could they do? All right, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate because I love it. What could they? What would they do? What would Final Fantasy have to do to finally turn you against it? Because you're going to eventually, because you do it with everything. But what's going to happen? What would they do? What would they have to do to make you give up the game?
That I don't know. I don't even know that, dude. Because it's like they playing that game after suffering through so much Destiny garbage and like seeing all the quality of life improvements in a game that's like actually like good, like just like Monster Hunter, where it's like there's so like you can just feel the polish. So it's like you can like go from playing that garbage Destiny to like playing something like that, like Monster Hunter or like Final Fantasy, and then like because that game is there's so much friction in that game to like hold you down and like always just like make you feel like you're not really making progress or just it's not fun. And you go to these games and it's like it's the quality of life in those games like it's so good and just I I don't think I will be turned against it. I think I'll just end up loving it and being like, oh, look at that, Buff, you were wrong.
All right, so I think listening to you, the thing is, you'd eventually get bored. Two things will happen. One, another game will come along finally and take you away from it. Or B, you've maxed out all your guys and you'll be bored as frick.
I'm not gonna be
Which,
bored. I'm getting like that's why I'm looking like that's why I'm like kind of wanting to see what happens when I get to the end game. But there's an expansion in November, so now there's like a ton of content still. So it's like I still haven't played through in or Heaven's Dawn. So it's like which means Stormblood and Shadowbringers I haven't even touched. So there's still two expansions I haven't touched. There's a third one coming out on top of the one that I've finished because I finished the Realm Reborn base game. I finished the main part of Heaven's Word or Dawn. I keep forgetting the name. There's like some post Heaven's Word or Dawn stuff I need to do to get to Stormblood, but I haven't done it. But then it's like Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Innswalker, three expansions. Should be good. So yeah, I'm not really worried about it.
so how many of these expansions have you beat?
Just one.
Just one. Okay. That's good. All right. And with that, and of course, no comic books. You haven't read any of them.
And then like it's like the only thing I know
Um,
from like in-game stuff and like Monster Hunter Destiny is like you just try to get a better optimal build. But like playing this, it doesn't really seem like that's the case because every instance that you go through, like dungeon or uh whatever piece of content that you're playing, it drops gear. So it's whatever level you're at, you're going to be getting content dropped at your level for whatever you're doing. And then if you're going to something, above your level, you're going to be getting stuff from that. And it's like you can always just keep getting better stuff from like whatever's in front of you. So until you get to the very
mhm.
end, you don't have to worry about it. Or you don't have to worry about like how am I going to get more powerful or better gear. So it's always getting dropped.
Ah, there you go. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to share about Final Fantasy or anything else before we sign off for this evening?
Um, Triple Triad is as fun as it ever was, and I'm glad it's in the game. And I am currently saving up to get the Cloud Strife card that's a million MGP. So I'm at like 200 something thousand, almost 300,000, so almost 30% there. I did, however, finish like well, I don't know if I'm second still. I have to check it on my server. There's a it's a mini game called the Vermilion minion something something, where you take your minions and you fight things, and like nobody plays it. So I'm hoping that like when I check the server, I'm like still top five because I can't because I feel like I'm good at triple triad, but I like haven't been able to place yet. So hopefully this next one I get in like the top 20 finally, and I can be like yes and share button it. So we'll see. But I'm very much enjoying Gold Saucer and all the stuff in there. So yeah.
Perfect. All right, so this is gonna be great for when we get back together in another 6 months to see how far you progressed in Final Fantasy.
Oh, I just thought of something, dude. Horizon,
Uh,
effing Forbidden West
oh
looks
yes.
looks good. Cannot wait. I mean, I wasn't like blown away, but it's like it's really weird because it's like I wasn't blown away, but then I guess like it does. I don't need to be blown away graphically every game I see that's PS5. So it's like it looks fine. It looks like Horizon. So it's like like why like it's not like they're gonna just like change the engine or whatever to like make it look whatever. So or just it looks fine. It looks fine. I'm not worried about
A-
the
And you're going to be saying that this was one of your, if not the best game for the PS4. It was cupped in the top five. Would you agree?
yeah. Witcher 3 is the best, dude. So it's like it's not you can't you're not I mean well the thing is like because they're still making PS4 games, right? So it's like it's still like technically it's a PS4 game because it's also on PS4, but it's like I don't really that it's such a weird technicality to me. So it's like whatever, dude. But yeah, it's up. It's definitely in the top 3 for me for PS4. And then like the sequel, I expect, or I shouldn't say expect, but like I'm hoping that the sequel is just as good as the first game, and I'm looking forward to whatever else is at E3 soon because, whew, it has been a crappy 4 years and a even crappier 2020 to like dig out of that hole, and it'd be nice to finally have some good stuff to look forward to forget all the terribleness that we've been through lately.
Perfect. All right then, mister. Well, with that being said, would you like to sign us off?
Sure. So yeah, that's it for TKKN and Buff Save the Universe. And for now, the universe has been saved.
Especially with dragons.